All right, y'all. All right, because I have a lot of stuff to do this evening. How y'all doing this evening? This is High Priestess Jamila. And so last night was an extremely emotional night for me. And I wasn't actually able to cover this story like I wanted to, which is why I'm back today. Let me do a quick sound check, though, because I know that my sound had been coming up kind of crazy. Do a quick sound check. Okay. All right. So my mic sounds nice. How you doing, Tiara? Hey. So I'm pretty sure that most of you that heard the details, you probably went and searched on YouTube Kalina Collier. And what you will get, the first thing that will come up is this video right here of this Tales from the Cult website, or not website, YouTube channel, saying that she's a liar. Okay. The bloggers made it up. Well, she's not a liar because she made a video where she was giving an account of where these people were holding her. And that's why I wanted to come back, because I have found a timeline on Lipstick Alley. And where the heck did I had it pulled up. Hold on, I gotta stop sharing screen real quick because I gotta show my because it was easier for me to send it to my email, and then that way I can just show you the screenshots. Oh, here it is right here. I don't know why I didn't see that. Okay, here it is. Hold on. So I'm gonna pull this up for y'all, and I'm gonna show you guys the timeline of what's happening, and the reason why we can't just. Thank you, Tiara. Thank you. The reason why we can't just ignore this is because we have a woman who is a Black woman that is saying that she is being held hostage abroad. Okay. During this time of COVID, that could actually be used to take advantage of a situation. There's a lot of strange circumstances surrounding this raggedy place, which, I'm going to be honest with you. This particular resort is going to feel the raft of, well, probably Yemi, Ya, and Oya. They got some stuff coming to them, okay, is what I can tell you, because, Spirit doesn't appreciate the way that they did things. And so, it just, wow, I'm just floored as to how this place can do that. And I'm going to tell you what my spirits have been telling me is that, number one, these young kids were lured there, because why did Kalina Collier say that the resort was shut down? Okay, when you go and look at this resort, their website is active, and they are they're luring people there. Right now, not too many people are traveling. Okay, and so from the account that Kalina stated, from what she said, that the resort was closed and it wasn't even anybody there. So then why are they doing this to her? And by the way, she did not test positive for COVID from what I can see from this. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. And as you guys can see, it says Kalina Collier has been in quarantine in Jamaica since Saturday, January the 30th. She arrived in Jamaica with her two friends, Carolina and Amanda, on January 28th. They were supposed to leave February 1st. Saturday, January 30th, Kalina is told by authorities that she is positive for COVID, while her friends are told they're negative. They were not given physical test results. Okay, they're just being told this. There's no actual lab results that they can see. This is just by somebody's word of mouth. Sunday, January 31st, authorities tried to force Kalina to the hospital, even though she is still not proven to be sick. She refuses to go without friends or family and begins to suspect human trafficking. Monday, February 1st, Kalina's mother, Candace Page, arrives in Jamaica but is not allowed to see her due to quarantine. The hotel makes an offer to Carolina and Amanda to refund their room and let them go home if they sign a non-disclosure agreement. Why? You're a hotel resort Why would they need to sign a NDA? Okay, so Carolina and Amanda, they not really her friend because they agreed and left Jamaica the next day. So they did the wrong thing. They shouldn't have left their friend like that. Okay, this is why I said that women need to treat each other better, because something is clearly up with this. Now, there's a lot of other information that Kalina spoke about this place, which includes that they have cameras in the rooms. Okay, Tuesday, February 2nd, Kalina is retested for COVID. Thursday, February 4th, Kalina finds hidden cameras inside the hotel room, above the bed and in the bathroom. Kalina posts her first Instagram live on Thursday night. The hour-long video describes the events of her trip and shows proof of the cameras inside of her room. Friday, February 5th, the live video has over 100,000 views. People began calling the hotel and embassy. The situation went viral. Okay. Kalina posts a second Instagram live video on Friday with physical test results in hand from February 2nd. The test results are negative. Kalina says she is coming home. Saturday, February the 6th, Kalina's Instagram and Facebook is deactivated. We haven't heard from this woman since she posted that Instagram live. We have not heard from her. It's not difficult to snatch somebody's phone from them. And if they're already logged into their Facebook account, because when you are logged into Facebook, you're logged in. What I believe happened was they snatched her phone. Okay, so she could not go to social media anymore about this. And they went in and deactivated both of her accounts. The hotel people did. Okay. Sunday, February the 7th, Candace's Facebook deactivates. She is reportedly blocking users on Instagram who attempt to check on her. Later that day, the profile changes to private and her booking number is deleted. Okay. All right. Monday, February the 8th, Amanda and Carolina post the same screenshot to both of their Instagram, a text message from Kalina claiming that her and her mother are okay. Okay, Kalina's Instagram reactivates. She makes a text post saying she is okay and asking to stop the rumors that she is missing. The post makes viewers of her original live video suspicious that she's not in control of her Instagram, obviously. The video with Kalina in it, she states otherwise. I'm not going to believe a text Instagram post over a live video of someone. Okay. Now, we have not heard from her since her first time going live. So the hotel people, or the so-called authorities, are over there doing these posts in a room with a camera over the bed. So right now, this woman, which they say that if they rape us, that's not anything. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's just your vagina. It's just your body. Oh, you'll live. You'll be okay. But when somebody gets raped, you are taking something from them. You are taking their soul. You are taking their spirit. So we are not okay with rape, and we are not okay. We are not rape apologists. Okay, the woman obviously wanted to leave and she felt unsafe. Okay. Candace's cell phone number is acquired. Several attempts to call and verify their safety are made. Callers report different people answering the phone, some saying they don't know Kalina. Sometimes a male would answer. Sometimes you would only hear them breathe. Okay. Ocean Coral Springs blocks comments from being made on their account. Contact is made to a cousin of Kalina. She claims she has not heard from Kalina since Friday and is worried. Okay. Kalina's cousin says she believes the friends claim that Kalina is okay. She hasn't spoke to Kalina directly and declines to communicate anymore. Ocean Coral Spring claims Kalina is no longer accepting calls and that they will not connect anyone to her room. We now have multiple teams and countless individuals gathering info and contacting the authorities, which, you know what? I want to say this to the social media warriors. I love y'all for doing what y'all doing, because you know what? It needs to be done. Like, this is where y'all need to get involved. Calling and filing false CPS reports, y'all stupid on that. But right here is where we need to find out what is going on. Okay? They've been contacting the police station. They have been reporting it to the consulate general in Jamaica. Nobody has heard from this woman at all. And prayer ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, pray for her. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. They are trafficking this woman right now. She could possibly, which we're hoping that they're not. But the fact that we have not heard from her, and she is a U.S. citizen, why is everybody ignoring this? I'm going to tell this, and you know what? I don't have to do the work. Goddess has already done it. Okay? Goddess is they're going to feel the wrath of the goddess, because this is a huge problem. Trafficking is a huge problem. Rape is a huge problem. And some of these hotel chains, they allow the prostitution and the rape and the trafficking to go on. And then also we know the reputation in Jamaica. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, but we got to tell the truth. And see, this is one of the reasons why I have been upset for days about this story, because when you go on YouTube, you see crap like this. This disgusting person of Tales from the Cult channel calling this woman a liar. Calling this woman a liar when she has stated that she is in need of help. Nobody's saying anything about this young woman. Nobody is saying anything about her in the past couple of days, because this person right here decided to take it upon themselves to claim that this is fake news. Also, she's not missing, she's being held hostage. So because her phone was taken, okay, and right now the only people that we're hearing from is the Ocean Coral Spring. Well, at this point, I don't trust you. I only trust what she says. They are not allowing this woman to speak. And hours and hours and hours have passed while this woman is being held at that resort with cameras over the bed in the room that they put her in. Cameras over. Why would you need cameras over the bed? And see, it's a sickness in a lot of people right now. We're hearing all of the stories. These people are drugging these women, and I don't know why somebody would want to drug somebody and have sex with somebody passed out. I don't know what that is about, but I've been knowing that stuff has been going on for years. I've been talking about it for years, because it's not about sex. Rape is not about sex or love. It's a ritual. It's a ritual to put demons inside of people and to harm people, is what that is. And for anybody to be okay with that, you know what? There's a cold space in hell for you, because my people are tired of these people that come from this rape culture destroying lives. Now, if they are drugging her and filming it, she won't have any memory of what has happened to her, right? Because that's exactly what they would do. Because for some reason, and I think it might be tied to necrophilia, where people like to have sex with dead people or people that are passed out. And I guess that's the easiest way to do it, because if you have sex with a dead person, it's going to be cold, dead, and stanky. So it's a sickness that is in these people. And this hotel room, I'm gonna tell you something. These people are trafficking people. I can tell you that right now, and they are using COVID to do it. The fact that we have not heard from this sister in days, I am in an outrage behind it. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody at that hotel that is running that operation is gonna get it. They are going to feel the wrath of the goddess. This is absolutely ridiculous. Our world would be so much more peaceful, so much more harmonious if it wasn't for these rapey demons. It's disgusting. If she didn't have COVID when she got there, she probably gonna leave with it. We want to hear from this sister immediately. I'm talking about today, before the night is over. Because you know what? I don't have to bring together no army of police or the government. I will bring together personally for this sister, because she spoke to me. Her energy spoke to me. She's not lying about anything. In fact, before she leaves, they will probably try to force her to sign a non-disclosure agreement as well. And they're going to tell her not to talk about it. Well, she's not, so what we want is to make sure that she comes back home to the US safe. That's all we want at this point. But it needs to be exposed about this hotel and what they did and how they are using the COVID-19 virus to do it. See, this young woman, looks like she's in her 20s. She may be worth a lot of money. She said that the resort was shut down, but they gonna make that their money anyway by trafficking this woman. And this is the reason why trafficking and prostitution and pimping needs to be completely abolished. Anybody that's okay with that, you are an insult to the goddess. You are an insult to nature. You are an insult to love. And I'm saying this right now, the day before Valentine's Day, because see, once I get done with this, once I get this off, once I get this out there in the airwaves, I'm going to go make me some rose water. I'm going to record a video and show y'all how to make rose water. But this is important. This sister reached out to social media and said, help me. And now she is being called a liar. Now, there's a current video up right here. I don't know who this young woman is right here, but I'm going to tell you something, that no peoples should be raped and violated in that way. They are raping that woman, is what I believe they are doing. I don't care what nobody says. The circumstances are too strange. The story is too strange for me to be able to accept it, for me to say, oh, okay. And you know what? I don't want to show y'all this video because I haven't looked at this video yet. But I can tell you that just like with Kanika Jenkins, none of our sisters should be okay with us being raped. You should never be okay with rape. That is the problem with so many people, is that they sit back and they allow it. They do not have this woman's consent because she asked to go home and be released a long time ago. They do not have her consent. That's what rape is. Rape is having sex with someone without their consent. And these people are obviously very sick. This video right here, disgusting. This, and you know what? This sister's probably going to see this. I don't know. This is what makes her feel better. Thanks for your concern. The missing allegation of my mother and I is false. That's the only thing that was posted. So obviously somebody posted that, but the woman is saying something different in the flesh. And you got people commenting saying, oh, I feel so much better. you feel so much better based upon an Instagram post? No, the only, and you know what? Even if she went live and said, I'm okay, we still should know better that she's not okay. So some of these people, I'm going to tell you something, it's something going on. And see, Kalina, when she gets back, because she will make it back alive, I can promise you that. That's what Spirit is telling me. When she comes back, they're going to sweep it under the rug. But I'm going to tell you that the goddess is coming through to wipe out your entire resort. All of it is gone. It's done. Okay? That's all I got to say. Because first of all, we don't appreciate you forcing somebody's, let me tell you something. When we stand up and say, we're not going to take this anymore, that's when it's going to stop. So there's some nasty man that has a demon inside of him, that's a walking dead zombie, can go into this woman's room and rape her and pay for it because he's sick. He's got demons roaming through his heart, probably done already ate the whole heart chakra. So the only thing he know how to do is go and pay for sex, because there's nothing else to love about a man like that. And the fact that these young women have to continuously be subjected to this crap, because I'm against the whole thing. I'm against prostitution. I'm against trafficking, which is $1 billion business. I'm against slavery. This is happening right now in our society, right under our nose. You can be at the grocery store with somebody being held captive like that. And it's disgusting for this demon that doesn't want. Well, that demon ain't, I'm gonna tell you something. That demon don't understand human and don't understand love. So for this to happen right before the International Holiday of Love is also another sign, because these men think that they're experiencing love by going and paying some damn pimp to have sex with this woman that is demonically possessed as well. They took possession of this woman, and they did it through the legal system by using COVID-19. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, do not travel and go nowhere right now. Especially, I swear to God, stay home, because this is a sign. And people that are saying that it's fake, people that are saying that she's a liar, you are in on that stuff, sis. You are in on it. You don't care about this woman and her Yanni verse being violated. You don't care. We're not all sick like that. So that's why I'm here yelling at the top of my lungs, so that this woman doesn't be, because it's already been days and days. They done already violated this woman. Trust me. They done put some kind of drug in her food so that it would knock her out, and so that she would not remember what was happening to her. Okay? Why would that be necessary? Because you got a lot of sick people in this world that are just sick people. Okay? And then and we're going to have to stop this, especially among Black women, because Black women don't seem to give a damn about each other, and that's a problem. That's a problem. The same thing when it comes to if you were a child and you got molested or raped, and then your mama sat there in your face and told you that you was lying and attacked you physically and verbally. These people are sick. They are on the side of wrong. And I'm going to tell you something, who's going to win is going to be Goddess. Oh, they're going to feel the wrath. All of them. Every last one of them are going to feel the wrath of the Goddess. And I mean it. She's going to need extensive help when she gets back. Let me tell y'all something about the history of this, okay? Let me give y'all a little bit of history. Did y'all know that women, when they gave birth years ago, there was a drug that was created called Twilight, and they called it a twilight birth. What this would do was it would take a woman completely out of her mind, her and her baby, so that they could separate from the birthing experience. Her body is still experiencing all of the it's not pain, when you look at it, but her body is still experiencing childbirth, because I've given natural birth once, and I can tell you that it is painful, but not to that degree to where a person would have to be out of their mind. So they scare women when it comes to childbirth. Okay. Those women described those births as being very traumatic, and a lot of those women suffered from postpartum depression. And so did the baby. In fact, a lot of those babies would die because that's a very powerful drug that they used to give to somebody. Now, the reason why I say that to say this is because date rape drugs do not take away from the experience of the woman or the man or the child being violated. They're still being violated. Okay. And there is a part of the brain that it does go into your memory bank. So women, that's why women that have been date raped and have had date rape drugs used on them, those women remember. It's in their subconscious. You can't prove it because the drug escapes the system so quickly. So even if they're using date rape drugs on that woman, she's still going to have a certain amount of spirits and demons that are going to inhabit her body when she gets back. So it's important that this sister gets cleansed and cleared of that. Otherwise, they will start to destroy her. See, they don't care about that. All they want to do is get that demonic entity off, because it's a demon. It's a demon that dates back to patriarchy, where a man feels that he has to be above a woman in order for him to feel good about himself as a man. And just merely having sex with her, maybe even possibly dogging her out, maybe even possibly abandoning all of his responsibilities with her. Now it's turned into, well, now you've got to be just like a dead person and passed out. So it's a demon. This is stupid. It's stupid. Men and women could experience amazing sex, but because of this stupidity and ignorance, we have to be taken out of our homes, lured places so that we can be raped by this demon, is basically what's happening. And this is what a lot of you are accepting. Okay. And we can't accept this. We can't just say, oh, she lying. She just trying to get some attention. Oh, no, she wasn't. That woman was serious about what she was saying. And I know something is happening to her. And even though she's probably not going to be allowed to talk about it when she gets back, or her life depends on it. And I'm going to demand that they don't rape her anymore. Don't sell her, and don't touch that child anymore. Don't do it. Because they are creating so much debt, they're going to burn that hotel room down. They buy all that water. I showed y'all that water. No goddess is okay with women being raped. No. Okay. So that's it. That's all I got to say, is that we need to hear something from her very soon. And we need to hear that they're sending her back very soon, or else a wrath is going to come through to that place. And I'm speaking through spirit right now. Spirit will take that entire place down. And I don't care what color of her skin is. If she was dark skin, light skin, yellow bone, whatever they call them, it doesn't matter. See, so we like to pick and choose. Oh, ain't nothing happened to her. Oh, you think that a light-skinned woman can't be raped? You think that a dark-skinned woman can't be raped? So that's why they're not listening to this sister, because we got too many of our sisters hating on each other or hating each other. Colorism is driving a lot of why this woman is not being helped right now and why nobody cares. They've been raping people for years, our own people. These are Black people doing this to us. Our own people raping because they too lazy to get up and do something different with their life. So they continuously traffic these girls, and that's what they're doing. And they're recording it too. They're even sicker. They're recording it. That's why there's a camera over the bed. Now, she refused to go to the hospital, which I don't blame her. Okay. But I don't understand why, what I will say is that if a woman were to get in this situation, you would have to ask yourself, why were you lured over to this resort that was shut down? Why was she even able to book a room? Why was she able to book a room at a hotel that was snatching people, testing them for COVID, and then claiming without actually seeing physical results, claiming that they have COVID and they have to stay in quarantine? And if she's in quarantine, are people not allowed to go into quarantine and go on their social media? Why is it being, is this the same place? Hold on. Yep. Coral Spring, Jamaica. And it's a really nice resort. Look, when you look at it close up, listen, y'all, be careful with these resorts and hotels. They always have the best looking pictures, but then when you get there, it looks like crap. Okay, this one of the reasons why I don't even care about all these vacations and stuff, because it's really a trap, and you know what, they're trying to keep it on the hush because they don't, right now, her if she had not had spoke out in social media, they probably would have done her worse than what they did her. Thank God she put up the footage, and the other sister, the other channel that made a video about her, she actually has the actual footage of what they're doing. All I got to say is get a job, get a clue to these people that are trafficking these young girls. Okay. And I'm a matriarch. I'm not a matriarch that's cool with that. It's a lot of these women that don't care. They feel like it's okay. And it's not okay. Yeah. They're doing ritual sacrifices. They're doing ritual sacrifices. In fact, there was a couple of people that traveled abroad and they were actually being poisoned at the bars and stuff. They were dying because of the drinks that they were drinking. They were dying. So they doing the most. Okay. They're doing the most. And then we know that there's stuff going on here. But anytime as a US citizen and as a Black woman, I do not choose to sacrifice this woman, and neither will any of my children. Because that demon will come into your consciousness whenever you're fighting for the rights of women in this situation and you're raising an eyebrow of it. They'll say, well, what about your kids? Well, what about my kids? You ain't gonna never touch my children, not any of them. And I told y'all, and I made that promise years ago, and ain't none of the pedophiles, ain't none of the traffickers, because Georgia is notorious for child sex trafficking. And I run my mouth way too much. They'd have to kill me. And if they killed me, oh, please believe, honey. See, that's what they don't understand, that just because you kill a witch, the witch will come back. What you think, I'm even more powerful in spirit? I become even more powerful. Why do they think that death is going to stop something? So stop threatening us with death. We are beyond that. We're not scared of that. Okay. And see, I don't have to die in order to save women's lives, and men too. Men get trafficked as well. Men and young boys get trafficked as well. Yes, they do. Okay. But men typically will not speak out about it. Women, we talk a lot. That's why he was saying in the Bible, don't gossip. This is considered gossip when you talk too much. Well, you know what? I'm talking and I'm communicating and I'm not going to stop. And what are you going to do? You're going to threaten me? Because my will is not to ever, not ever, not even for a split second, would I allow that crap to happen to any of my loved ones. And I felt like she was speaking to me, because I looked at her. I said, well, she looked just like my daughter. And that made me want to go into action. My children are fine. They don't want to mess with my children, and they never will. Now, I can promise y'all that. But a lot of y'all are not under that contract. Y'all have not been cloaked with that contract. Y'all have been cloaked and marked for sacrifice. And that's the problem. Because when a woman, people think that sacrifice is just killing somebody. No, that's a blood sacrifice. When a person is raped, this is more of a spiritual, and even sometimes blood sacrifice, because you end up bleeding. You know, rape is a very violent act. So it can still be a blood sacrifice, but it's much deeper than that, because rape is very devastating. Okay, and if you've never been a rape victim, you would not know anything about that. Or I'm sorry, not victim, survivor. Okay. So the people that hasn't happened to, it's just a fantasy. But honey, you know, you don't want to actually be raped. It's the most demeaning and deplorable thing that you can ever experience in your life. So a lot of these things were put out by the porn industry has been taken over by demons. It used to be where, you know, if you look at vintage porn, you know, you're going to see, you know, they're trying to actually replicate lovemaking, which you really can't do. You can't replicate it. But nowadays they doing all that ghetto gagging to where they trying to stuff things down a woman's throat. And it's very violent and vile. Okay. And this is what's influencing people. People think that that's what real sex is about something that they saw in a porno. So we've got a lot of different things working against us. And some of you women will never be able to experience love in your life. Ain't gonna happen, because so many men are programmed and trained for this rape culture. And it's gonna produce nothing but death. You can get mad at the goddess. They got mad and said that they was gonna curse Hecate. They tried to destroy Hecate. That it's not gonna happen. Okay. So what they need to do is they need to listen to the divine feminine and what she is saying. And they need to take heed, because you may be able to take our flesh right now at this point, but something is building up. I can feel it. And all of them are going to reap what they sow. Every single time you rape and violate a woman, the spirits cry. They don't like it, because it is an absolute insult to nature and love. Love was created from nature. So they're going against nature. It should never have been in a man's nature to rape a woman. That is not natural in nature, because there's no need to rape a woman, because in nature a woman is willing. So why would there be a need for it? They created all of it. Just read your Bibles. Read your Bibles. The Bible is nothing but a big book of rape apology and encouragement of rape. Okay, a lot of it. But see, the reason how they got you with that Bible and on that religion is because they put a lot of stuff in there that did make sense, so that you would think that they was on your side. So the only way that we gonna really get through this is if these men listen to the divine feminine. Otherwise, y'all are going to continue to be violated. You're going to continue to die early of heart attacks and strokes. You're going to continue to die of COVID. You're going to continue to be sick and dying if you don't listen to the divine feminine and what she is telling you. This is them sending out a specific message that we can get you, and it ain't nothing you can do, and that the law is on our side. But guess what? Guess what? Yeah, so is the Quran, Hecate, triple moon goddess. We will make it fair. But guess what? Guess what? We're not worried about man's law as long as we have nature and God's law. That's who we go by completely. So the things that they do, which is totally ridiculous, you know, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. You know, the way that human beings act on this planet is that of it's the nature of something that never was human, and it didn't exist on this planet, and that's exactly what's happening. They are controlling us from another realm altogether. When you start to understand that, then things will start to make sense and some change will come about. Otherwise, we're going to continue to have hurricanes. We're going to continue to have tornadoes, ice storms. We're going to continue to have things that are going to happen. And I'm not satisfied with what's going on. Also, I had a vision that since Wednesday, but it's been going on, but it was heavily saturated of a lot of people being snatched. So there are a lot of people that are missing. It's a lot of people that were taken into captivity, and they are holding them underground to make these blood sacrifices to an entity that has no control over this planet. So when they took over the human mind through religion, that's when, and that's why we're suffering. Okay, this is the reason why we're suffering. This is the reason why witchcraft is even necessary. We shouldn't have to do Valentine's Day rituals. We shouldn't have to make rose water. If they would stop doing what they're doing, then we wouldn't even have to practice witchcraft. We would just be able to grow our crops and live and drink water and eat. Yeah. Yeah. Tierra, stand back. I love those people. You know what I'm saying? And it saddened me. It saddened me when I heard about that, man. It really did, man. I don't even want to speak on T.I. and Tiny and what's going on. Only thing I can say is that they must be both possessed by demons or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to speak on that because, when I look at T.I., he looks a lot like my deceased cousin. And it's almost like family. And that hurt me. That hurt me. It literally, I'm totally taken aback by that. Yeah. It does make me sad. That's why when I was looking at a video about it, it made me feel uncomfortable to the point where I actually got physically sick. I started to get nausea and I couldn't look at it anymore. And but yeah, I'm hoping that none of that is true. About, like, I wouldn't want any, like just to think, you would think that if they were prostitutes anyway, there would be no need for them to violate them. But again, there's a lot of people that have a lot of sick sexual fantasies. And so, I'm just, yeah, I'm devastated by a lot of the stuff that I'm hearing about. I am. And date rape has been something that has been going on for years. Date rape drugs have been getting used for years to carry out atrocious acts. And the whole thing that happened with Bill Cosby that exposed a lot of it. How the use of drugs is being used, and pills and stuff like that is being used to violate people. So we got a lot of cleaning to do, Tierra. We got a lot of cleaning to do, but it shouldn't be to the point where we are killing or maiming the people that are under possession, because it's not meant for all of those people, even though we know that, because this is demonic possession. And you got your demons fighting against your angels. You got your people trying to do wrong, and you got your people trying to do right. Okay. And typically the people that are doing wrong, a lot of people have recognized them as being spiritually possessed. And they start them out very young in life, because it takes a while to corrupt a human being. It's not like it's an overnight process, like in the invasion of the body snatchers. They wish it takes years and years and years to create that kind of dysfunction in a human mind, because a human mind is naturally empathic. So, and like I said, these entities are in communication, possessing people from another realm. They're not even here, but they're here. See what I'm saying? So, and this is the reason why it's being exposed now. It's being exposed. The reason why it's being exposed is because it's time to do away with it. We're going to have to throw away the porn industry. The porn industry, the sex worker industry, the pimping industry, the trafficking industry is going to all have to be thrown in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle so that it will never be heard from again. Marked sacrifices, Hecate, triple moon goddess, is when you have been slated to be a sacrifice. You may have been bred to be a sacrifice, and that was your purpose, was to be a sacrifice. But then many of the sacrifices rose up because they felt like, well, just because you didn't kill me doesn't mean that you didn't take away my life force and just who I am. You just took it all away from me by committing these acts. So, you know, that's what that is. They're marked. And another thing that can make somebody marked is your parents, if your parents are okay with it. You know, back during, and we got to go back to Alfred Kinsey, and we've got a lady that has been exposing him for years in his institute of how parents would bring their children to that institute to be raped from the age of birth. These sick parents would bring their children and they would allow it. So part of it comes from your parents, and you're taking your children's love away. You're taking any type of love and natural romance of nature away from them by doing that to them. And they are industrializing people. They are industrializing sex. Now, I do believe that these demons collect this sexual energy. It's very sacred. It's very sacred. Why do you think people are having problems? Infertility, fibroid tumors, those are growths. Those are things that take from the body. These are physical manifestations of what is happening with these entities trying to take over a woman's womb. And it ain't going to happen, is what I can tell you. And so they're going to have to surrender their video cameras and everything that they're doing to produce this stuff so that people can be. So in other words, in order for us to actually experience that love, you got to damn near go back to the Blue Lagoon. You got to go on an island just by yourself with your partner so that you won't have to suffer, because everybody else is trying to put a price on your sexual energy. And nature hates it. The goddess hates it. Aphrodite hates it. Venus hates it. Everything in our solar system hates it. All of the planets that align this planet are working against their agenda. So they try to use those planetary, which is another plane of existence, they try to use it and lie to you. But that's not actually reality. Okay, our solar system supports us. And this is the reason why I'm coming at you guys today, because as long as we, just think about it, for years and years and years, it was pedophilia and rape that was being thrown up in my face. How are you going to experience love dealing with those energies? So you almost have to avoid it altogether. But I feel like we need to face it. We need to face it, and we need to do away with it. Because at the very least, if it's not hearing about some poor woman that was murdered because she said she wasn't going to shut up about it, then it's your whole life. You're surrounded by people that are highly influenced by this rape, pimp, and hoe culture, which is disgusting. It all needs to be thrown out. Throw it out. Period. That's the end of it. They are ruining the world. They're ruining nature. Nature doesn't tell me when in nature has a woman had to be raped. That's not a part of nature at all. In fact, women produced men. Nature created man and woman so that they could copulate with each other. Rape is a totally different thing. It's an absolute perversion of nature. Okay. Even when you look at animals that are in heat, when you look at cats, cats will go outside the house and they will go and they will look for a mate. So will dogs. There's no woman being held captive and she just got to be raped. No, that doesn't even come from the planet Earth. That came from somewhere else that was outside of this galaxy. Period. So people are going to have to accept that. People are going to have to accept it, but they're into that dark ecstasy kind of situation. And with BDSM, it's a gray area with that. It is. It's a gray area. And see, but see, it's important for it to be exposed, because when you think about it, this is something inhuman. It is. And so I'm praying for this sister and everybody else. That's the reason why your man can't just grab you and give you a kiss and make love to you, because they have perverted sex to the point. And even if you have real sex, they want that energy. They want it energetically because it's very powerful. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful things on this planet. Okay? It's very important, and you should never, ever, ever be okay with sacrificing that energy, because that energy balances your hormones. It manages stress. You ever see a sexually frustrated person? Their blood pressure is high, they got heart disease, they depressed, and they got anxiety. But see, the reason why we're experiencing this is because of these entities that are perverting and taking the sexual energy. And I believe that at the basis of it, it had a lot to do with jealousy, because this entity does not have sexual organs. It's like a mannequin. It is. It don't have sexual organs. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. It kind of looks like the Greys, when you see them, people that have spotted them, they'll be naked, but they don't have sexual organs like human beings on Earth. So it is like an alien takeover. But see, when you start mentioning that, it goes above people's heads, and they not ready for that. That's above their pay grade. They like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? She going out of this world, but it is the truth. And that's why we're suffering on this planet every single day. It's a plague. Okay. And that's why we're experiencing a pandemic, because that is the plague. That was the way that nature, which is God, because I'm pagan, the way that nature created it, it was perfect. The design was perfect, but then they perverted it. So that's why it's a plague all around the world, the globe. Sex trafficking, men over in Dubai taking dumps on women. That's why, because that's abnormal behavior that is pretty disgusting, but that's what they're doing, and that's what they've done to us as a human entity. They see us as weaker because of the way that we have sex, and they're very obsessed with our sex organs. That's why we started circumcising little boys. What do you think happens to that? It goes into beauty products and things like that. The man's that piece that they cut off, they're not supposed to do that, but that's why they did it, because it made it easier. It desensitized the man's penis as well, because it's not as sensitive when it's cut off like that, because that's the most sensitive part of their body. So it's been a program that's been happening for quite some time. But right now, I didn't really want to get into that. I've talked about this a lot on this channel. Like, if you go back on my video, I talk about this a lot, which is why I'm so protective over my sacral chakra. I'm protective over it. I don't have no problem with showing it because because that's not that big of a deal. But as far as an entity coming in and taking my sexual energy from me, that's not going to happen because that is rape. There's a lot of women that, if you're not being physically raped, you're being spiritually raped. Spiritual rape happens a lot. You wake up with scratches and stuff on you, you don't know where they came from, and you wake up and you feel like somebody done did something to you, and you just feel it internally and you can see it externally. And so it's bad. And during that rape, like I said, they're taking very, very valuable sexual energy from you. These sex hormones and things that they are feeding off of are very important for your external manifestations, for your body. That your sacral is right by the root chakra. If another entity is taking those energies from you, what are you going to have left for yourself? That's why a lot of people are tired. That's why a lot of people are sick, wore out. Drop the StreamYard. No, I'm Asar Bast Patah. I'm not going to be inviting anybody on here. In fact, I'm about to go because I got some things to do. But I said what I said about that Ocean Coral Springs hotel. They need to stop violating that woman. Okay. And anybody doing that will get wrath. Just to let y'all know, we don't accept rape. We don't condone rape, sex trafficking, or turning out young girls to go and sell themselves. We do not ever support that. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Y'all say prayers for this woman. Yes, please say prayers for her. But I'm gonna tell you that there's a lot of stuff that's being conjured right now against that hotel, including the government over there in Jamaica. They need to let that woman go, and they need to let all those women go. Because you better believe that you think that they're not trafficking other women over there in Jamaica. You think they're not trafficking those women to make a quick buck? They are. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Peace and love.